Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. We're going to start things off by picking up right where we left off in the last video on this. So if you haven't watched my previous video that I uploaded, please do so. Go check it out and see all the stuff that happened in that video so you can stay up to date on all the stuff that's going to be happening in this video. In the last video, we got our concrete poured for our sub footing on the back of the house that is going to be necessary for this engineered stem wall for the house. And our hammer guy is still hammering close to the front of the house, so these guys that come and dig this footing, they can come in there and they won't run into any rock since it's so rocky in this area. With the guy done rock hammering, it just really makes it easier for these guys to come and dig this footing. Since there's so much rock in this area, we had to get him to hammer out these areas so he can come through with his tractor and dig out this footing for us. It's about an 18-inch trench that was dug for this footing. And footing is always necessary to be done on any build because this is what your house is actually sitting on. Okay, in my last video, I gave everybody a fair warning about all the digging that was going to be done. But now I'm giving everybody a fair warning about all the rebar you're going to see in this video. This rebar right here is number 4 and number 5, heavy duty stuff right here. The bigger the number, the bigger the diameter is on this stuff. And this stuff is used with concrete to make it bond and make it stronger. So we're going to be using a lot of this stuff in this build. All right, we're getting things set up to where we can actually get started on doing our actual footing. Now this rebar right here is placed here like this for engineered stem wall that's going to be on the back of the house. This stuff will really make a lot more sense once these concrete walls get in here, because at first I was kind of confused on this stuff right here. So later on you'll get a better understanding of it. All this rebar you see right here is for an 18-foot engineered square wall that supports an open porch. Anything over 10 feet needs to be engineered. When you start getting stuff engineered, you need to get it designed by a structural engineer, and you need that to pass all proper building codes. With most of our rebar in place, we're finally ready to pour for this concrete for this footing. We had to get a pump truck out there for this footing to get done. Since it's got a long reach, it can reach out long spans to pour this concrete. Normal cases, you just get a concrete truck and it will pour it that way. But our situation, we had to use a pump truck, which gives you the same results, just a different way. The concrete truck's just gonna back up to the pump truck and he's just gonna dump his concrete in there. Then it's gonna go through a tube out of the pump truck so it can shoot it out wherever you'd like to put it at. They got a lot of area to fill and cover in with concrete. I believe the magic number was over 100 yards of concrete. So I think I'm gonna just let the music play and let you guys check out all these areas that needed to be filled in. Okay, as you can see, our footing is finally complete and done. You need to let the concrete dry, I'd say about a day or two, so it's good to walk on. And man, this was a really good point to get at with this build. You know, you just get tired of walking on that dirt and you finally got some flat surface to where you can walk on. You can finally see the layout of the house somewhat. You can actually see things a little bit better. This is a really good point to get to right here. I will say this foundation part of the build is not really my favorite part. It's really kind of not really all that interesting, kind of boring stuff if you're not really understanding of it, but this stuff's really important because your house is going to be sitting on all this stuff right here. With our footing done and out of the way, we can finally get things set up for these concrete walls. The way the setup works for these concrete walls is you're going to stand the rebar up, then you're going to get these forms which are placed all throughout the lot. You're going to put them up, have the rebar in between it, and then you're going to pour concrete and all that, so you'll get your concrete walls. Might sound kind of funny trying to explain it, but it'll definitely look and sound a lot better once it's done. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking like, wow, that's a lot of rebar. And I did warn everybody it was going to be a bunch of rebar. That rebar right there is used for that 18-foot wall for the raised porch that we're going to be doing. I kind of felt for the workers on this clip right here, this video I got of the truck. So this is a form truck. It carries all their forms that they need for these concrete walls. Just imagine all this material and stuff right here. You have to take all that stuff down there and set it up. So I really felt for the guys on this. One cool thing I like about building a custom home and you're the actual builder is you can make like frequent changes on the build along the way. We decided to move this door right here. It was facing this way, but we decided to put it on the back of the house in the middle right here. We'll probably just use this little spot right here as storage, maybe put a lawnmower or something else right here. Yes sir, we're cooking with some grease now. We're finally getting this set up together for these concrete walls so they can come in here and pour. And you can really see the house a lot better now. You can see how big it is. All this area down here is basically the basement of the house. You can see how big it is and how much square footage it's going to be. It's a really big basement. Taking things around back along the back of the house, I got a little spot I want to show you guys. Remember that little storage area I was talking about? Well, this is it right here. I really think this came out really cool and neat, just as a place where you could just store, put something. I'd imagine putting maybe like a lawnmower, a grill or something of that sort in this area. Anything that has like a funny or unique odor, since it'll be blocked off from the house, since it'll be all down here by itself. I think that'd be the best place for this. What's cool about building your own home is you can initiate a change like that. If I was to get this house built by an average contractor, they would have filled this whole area up with gravel and I wouldn't have been able to access any of that area. That's one cool thing about building your own home. These guys are really making a push to get all this stuff ready for the concrete. I believe they were kind of on pace to get done because we were set to pour the next day. So they had to get everything done today so we could pour the next day. Man, we really felt like we got a huge animal off our back when we got to this point of the build. It was just a great sight to see these concrete walls finally getting poured. It was also a long process with this. I believe the magic number again was way over 100 yards of concrete. So I think it's just best to kind of let you guys watch this. I'm gonna just let the music play so you can check out all the stuff that went on with this. Okay, the guys finally finished pouring everything, and you gotta let this stuff sit up for about a day, let it cure, let it dry, and man, the transformation you're about to see is ridiculous. Look at that, man. Those walls look phenomenal. Big shout out to the concrete guys on this. They really did a good job. We appreciate all you guys' hard work. Thank you for everything. This black tar stuff you see right here is going to be the waterproofing. We went ahead and got it done. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and get it done immediately once you get your walls up. And what's good about waterproofing is it makes sure no water enters or comes through these walls, so you won't have any water in your basement. So if you're going to do any type of basement house, you definitely need to get waterproofing done. I'm kind of going to let you guys check out all these different areas on the house, like the storage area right here. I'm really glad we decided to do this. I really know this is going to turn out really good down the road, and we're really going to appreciate it. The funny thing is, it was kind of a last minute thing. We really didn't come up with this idea till literally the week before we had to pour. So I'm really glad we came up with that idea. I know this is going to be really nice later on. This is also another cool storage area that we came up with right here. This is where the front porch is. This is underneath it right here. Now, your average contractor, they would have filled this whole hole up, but we decided to keep it open. This area would probably be used for maybe keeping a ladder. You could probably store a motorcycle or something of that nature back there. Just a nice little pocket area for more storage. You could also use this area as a storm shelter too. The whole basement could be used as a storm shelter, really. I don't see anything knocking this down. The next big thing we had to get done was we had to get some backfilling done. You want to fill up those gaps right there in between the concrete walls and the ground right there. So you want to fill that all in with dirt. And plus, we kind of wanted to groom the front of the yard a little bit because it looked a mess up there because they had stacked some dirt up there that we wanted to knock down. So we called these guys right in right here, clean up the lot, groom it a little bit, make things look a lot better. Now that looks a lot better right there. You got that gap right there covered in dirt so you can walk right up to the wall, and that's what we were trying to get done right there. The final big major thing we were trying to get done here was we were trying to get our slab done, and we're getting it prepped right now. The loads of gravel we had to get to fill up this hole is insane. I don't even want to talk about the amount of loads we had to get, but we got to cover up this whole area right here in gravel. Big shout out to the excavation guys that really came in and cleaned things up. That looks a lot better. Now I did have my doubts doubts about this. I didn't think this turn was going to be wide enough for a big truck to come through, but as you can see right here, I was obviously wrong. This gravel truck could make it and clear and go through and dump off the gravel. So really big shout out to the excavation guys that made this work. And that's pretty much the last bit that happened in this period right here, guys. We got gravel brought in, consecutive loads. We got gravel put in the basement so we could cover it up and get everything prepped for this slab. We got our plumbing stubbed out and everything so they can go for an inspection, check it out. Then the next thing on the list is to get the slab done. I appreciate everybody for watching, checking the video out. Go ahead and show the channel some love, man. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. It's gonna be more good stuff coming. You gotta see this all the way to the end. This house is gonna be amazing when it's finished. Until then, guys, stay tuned for the next video. Peace.